Hey, good morning. This is Mayor Valensky with Driving Markets. Anything said on this piece is an opinion only. It is not advice. I'm not an advisor, not an investment advisor, not a financial advisor, just simply an opinion piece on media. So let's get going. So we've got a really high, intense, eventful week. What have we got? Let's look at some of the reportings, big reporting seasons, big corporates. You've got Microsoft reporting, you've got Google reporting, you've got Facebook, which is really Meta reporting, you've got Apple, and you've got Amazon. Let's just dissect that down a little bit into the groups. So the ones that are depending on pure marketing and advertising revenue will be the Facebook and will be the Google. So there'll be a big view, a big insight on that, a big attention, a lot of attention looking at those numbers, because advertising revenue across the board is dropped. Not only is it across the board, it's dropped, the competition has increased. So you've got more competition, you've got more companies fighting for a smaller marketplace. And I think Meta or Facebook is going to come out with pretty poor results. And I think Google is also not going to meet analyst expectations, because the revenue generated from those marketing companies and those clients is dropping off, and that has a big impact on the shares. In fact, as regards Facebook, I'm a big short. I don't like Facebook. I think it's going to float all the way down to around about the $100 level by the end of the year. Looking at the other players, you've got Microsoft and you've got Apple and Amazon. Now, Microsoft, Apple and Amazon have actually a hard product to sell. So Apple obviously is selling all its digital iPhones and its smartphones, etc. And you've got Microsoft selling its hardware and software. So those are proper, real, solid provision of services. Looking at sales, regards Amazon, you've got all the delivery issues regarding Amazon, and Amazon could fall below analyst expectations because there's been a big supply chain issue, as we're all aware, over the last few months. So keep an eye on those companies. There's a raft of other companies reporting also, which is Visa, MasterCard, and other companies are reporting this week. And those are the corporate earnings in the US. So it's very, very, very eventful from Monday all the way through to Thursday evening, with Apple reporting on Thursday, for example. Then on the biggest event of the week is on Tuesday and Wednesday, the FOMC, the Federal Open Market Committee meeting, which will be running through monetary policy in the States and what they're likely to do today and going forward. Now, taking into account that inflation has already gone to the 40-year highest level since 1982, and it keeps surpassing the expectations of the Fed, the probability is they're looking at a 75 basis point increase in interest rates. However, I do believe that we're probably going to go for a 100 basis point increase. Now, one of my colleagues who I speak to on a regular basis believes, and I sort of agree with him, that if we get a 100 basis point increase in the States, then that message is likely to feed positively to Wall Street and to the investors and traders. Why is that? Because it will make the Fed look like they're taking really solid, aggressive action against inflation, and therefore they know eventually that inflation will come under control. So that is a very, very good, strong point. However, there is also a slight view that too much of an aggressive interest rate rise could frighten the markets and send them south. And really hard to tell at this stage which way it's going short term. Remember, we're talking about Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not talking about November, December. I'm talking about Tuesday or Wednesday, and therefore that will have an impact. Looking at the high risk assets like cryptos, Bitcoin floated up last week to 24,200, then came all the way down. It's down on the overnight markets, and it's floating around about the 22,000 level, which obviously Bitcoin being the flagship of the crypto industry pulls others down with it, like Ethereum. Ethereum had a very good run last week, and there could be some profit taking there. I do believe that there is still a very strong trading range now set between the 20,000, 24,000 on Bitcoin, and Ethereum between 1,000, 1,600. So these levels, it could be a sell short term, in my opinion, on the cryptos. Overall, there's another aspect, which is the price of soft grains, which has dropped to below pre-war levels, because Turkey and Russia have come to an agreement where grains can be exported through the Black Sea port of southern Russia, of Ukraine, which will allow the wheat to the poorer countries to be delivered, and that will push inflation all the way down. Also, oil's come up from the peaks of 140 to below 100. That should also have an impact short term on pushing inflation down. So you may see inflation in July and in August come down slightly on the back of the soft grains and the commodity prices coming down. Commodities generally, the metals, the nickels, the coppers, the platinums, have all been sold off significantly, and they've reached a bottom, and from this bottom they're likely to move up. In my opinion, they've been oversold, and therefore they've reached a bottom, and the likelihood, according to the analysts, is that they're going to go up further from here. So I don't think we've got rid of inflation. I think inflation is taking a dip, or will take a dip short term, and then go back on the rise from September, October time. So keep an eye on that, which will push strength into the US dollar. On the 4th of August, we've got the UK coming out with their interest rates rise. I've stated before, I don't think it's going to be anything dramatic. He may do 50 basis points, but he doesn't have the boards to do any more than that. And there's a bit of chaos at the moment in the UK government as who is going to be the leader of the Tory party, whether it's Truss or it's whether it's going to be Rishi Sunak. I personally prefer Rishi Sunak, but that's my personal opinion. Bond yields shot up last week. Bond prices went down as investors moved out of low risk into high risk. However, the winning streak of the Wall Street and the Nasdaq and the S&P in the markets last week was broken on Friday, with the markets finishing slightly down. So you can expect some volatility over the summer months. Mayor Walensky, driving markets. Have a good day.